Once upon a time, in a quaint village near a dense, mysterious forest, lived a sweet girl named Little Red Riding Hood. One day, her mother asked her to bring a basket of goodies to her ailing grandmother, who lived on the other side of the forest. With her red cloak and a basket in hand, Little Red set off along the path through the woods. As she skipped along, she came across a fork in the road. Little Red chose the sunny path, enjoying the chirping of birds and the bright flowers along the way. Suddenly, she encountered a playful squirrel who seemed to want to show her something. Little Red decided to follow the playful squirrel as it darted through the trees. The squirrel led her to a hidden clearing in the forest, where she discovered an enchanting sight. A small pond surrounded by vibrant flowers and a variety of woodland creatures. As she marveled at the beauty of the clearing, a soft, melodic voice greeted her. It was a wise old owl perched on a branch. Little Red looked at the wise old owl and asked, "Can you guide me to my grandmother's house safely?" The owl hooted softly and replied,
"I know these woods well, young one. Follow the trail of white mushrooms, and you will find the safest path. Beware of the wolf, for he roams these woods with cunning intentions."
Grateful for the owl's advice, Little Red spotted the trail of white mushrooms and followed them carefully. As she walked, the forest seemed to brighten, and she felt a sense of reassurance. However, she soon heard rustling in the bushes nearby. Curious, Little Red decided to investigate the rustling sound. As she cautiously approached the bushes, she discovered a small, frightened rabbit tangled in a thorny bramble. With a kind heart, Little Red gently freed the rabbit from the thorns. The grateful rabbit hopped around her in joy and squeaked, "Thank you for rescuing me. Please accept this magical acorn as a token of my gratitude. It will grant you one wish." Feeling touched by the rabbit's gift, Little Red continued her journey, holding the magical acorn tightly. Soon, she reached another fork in the path. Little Red chose the path lined with colorful flowers, delighted by their beauty. As she walked, the vibrant colors and sweet fragrances lifted her spirits. She noticed that the path was peaceful and full of friendly woodland creatures who greeted her with warmth. After a while, Little Red came upon a quaint cottage that seemed to be her grandmother's house. She knocked on the door and called out, "Grandmother, it's Little Red." The door creaked open slowly. Little Red, full of excitement to see her grandmother, decided to enter the cottage immediately. As she stepped inside, she noticed how dimly lit the room was. She called out again, "Grandmother, it's Little Red. I brought you some goodies." From the bed, a voice replied,
"Come closer, my dear, and let me see you."
Little Red approached the bed, but something seemed a bit off about her grandmother. She noticed the unusually large ears, eyes, and teeth. "But grandmother, what large ears you have."
"My dear, all the better to hear you with."
"But grandmother, what large eyes you have."
"My dear, all the better to see you with."
"But grandmother, what large teeth you have."
"My dear, all the better to eat you with."
Growled the wolf, revealing its true identity. In a flash, Little Red remembered the magical acorn given to her by the rabbit. She quickly made a wish, hoping to escape the wolf's clutches. With the magical acorn clutched tightly in her hand, Little Red wished to be teleported to her real grandmother's house. In an instant, she found herself standing safely outside the cozy cottage where her grandmother lived. She knocked on the door, And this time, her real grandmother, smiling warmly, welcomed her inside. Little Red was relieved and overjoyed to see her safe and sound. Together, they enjoyed the goodies Little Red had brought, and she recounted the adventurous journey she had experienced. They laughed and shared stories, grateful for the magical acorn that had saved the day. And so, Little Red and her grandmother lived happily ever after, with the lesson that sometimes a little kindness and a touch of magic can make all the difference. Ending one of 14, Kindness and a Touch of Magic.